Meri Zindagi Hai Tu has finally ended, and I posted a poll on my Instagram about how I should discuss the key takeaways of this drama and the option of discussing it character wise and based on their story arcs won by a landslide. And so that's what we're going to do. I will also sort of summarize the drama and share my thoughts about it right at the end. So I guess we can start now. We will start off strong with Kamyar's parents. Now, Kamyar's parents did not get along. A major reason for this was the fact that his father cheated and his mother found out. And even though his father broke it off immediately and his mother decided to stay, their relationship never recovered from his betrayal. So basically theirs was a relationship stuck in limbo. Na idhar ke rahe aur na udhar के और उल्टा इनकी डिसफंक्शनल रिलेशनशिप ने कामयार को भी डिसफंक्शनल कर दिया. दिस जस्ट गोज टू शो दैट स्टेइंग टुगेदर फॉर द किड्स messes them up even more. But there's another lesson here that if you do decide to stay for the kids, do it with your whole heart. Forgive, forget, and move forward. Unless you are willing to do that, you're just causing more harm to yourself. Almost like it's a punishment for you. Their issues got resolved through communication, but also by opening their hearts and asking for forgiveness. Next, we have Ira's parents. Now, at face value, they look like the perfect couple, but Ira's mother lacks a certain agency. Anytime she has a suggestion, an idea, or a thought, her husband is very quick to shut her down. He gives more importance to the opinion of his daughters than to his wife. This again is very common in households, where fathers teach their daughters to speak up, take their own decisions, but don't afford their wives the same privilege. Now, we have Faria's parents. Faria's parents didn't get along at all, and one day her mother decided she had had enough. Eventually she met someone new and remarried. Now here is a case of parents who did not stay together for the child and the child resented them for it. I think इस resentment की बहुत बड़ी वजह was Faria's father, who treated his daughter as his personal diary, sharing the grievances he had with her mother for leaving them both and portraying himself as the ultimate victim, while painting the mother as someone selfish, divorced parents turning their children against the other parent who is not nearby is not something unheard of, and that laid the foundation for Faria's issues. Now we have the director's favorite, Faria. Faria grew up with Kamyar. She believed that they were meant to be together and would most definitely end up married. Even though Kamyar treated her very badly and was pretty clear to her about his lack of interest in her, she still held on to hope. And because she was used to getting everything she wanted, thanks to her father spoiling her rotten after his divorce, it was very hard for her to fathom that she was losing Kamyar. Her self-worth wasn't that great because she allowed Kamyar to treat her that way. But at least he wasn't taking anyone seriously. He'd go fool around with a new girl every day, flirt with them, party with them, but eventually he'd find Faria and ask her to take him home, which made her feel important. It made her feel valued. It made her feel like she had some worth because he did look for her at the end of the day. But when Kamyar got fixated on Ira, someone who had no interest in him, Faria felt threatened. And when he stopped drinking and partying, Faria felt that she was losing her place because if he wasn't drunk, he wouldn't really need her. And so she kept asking him to stop faking when all he was trying to do was improve himself and give up on his bad habits. Faria's ego was also hurt. What does Ira have that I don't? Why does he want to be with her even when she keeps asking him to leave her alone? Faria was so desperate for love that she was willing to be with Kamyar when he was the biggest flirt in the city. She was willing to be with him when she knew that he loved Ira. Because that is the love she thought she deserved. Because that fragmented love is what she had to chase growing up. We don't know how or why she ended up gaining this truckload of self-worth, how she realized that she deserved better, but she did commit a crime, by the way. And sure, her dad's a big shot cop, but she should have faced some repercussion for it. Now we will discuss the character that did the least amount of harm, caused the least problems, was a victim in most cases, and yet got a lot of hate, a lot of pointed fingers, and a lot of victim blaming. Dr. Ira, the perfect daddy's little good girl who fell for a bad boy and who happened to have a stalker, and the rest is history. Filled with a lot of tears and crying and screaming and shouting and why me? In all honesty, Ira had very few lessons to learn. She wasn't really problematic, just immature and had a bit of an anger management problem. She fell for a guy who promised her the world, even though that guy had a questionable past and present. Every decision Ira made sense at the time, except maybe the fact that she married Kamyar. But I think she truly believed that she would be able to fix him again. She believed her being with him would soften his heart, which did not happen because Kamyar has the ego of I was about to say mountain, but no, he has the ego of a man rejected. Simple as that. Ira was stuck between a rock and a hard place. On one side, she had her father, who claimed he loved her and would support her no matter what. And when things got tough, Daddy got really, really tough, to the point where he cut her off completely. On the other side was the man she was in love with, a man-child who was constantly playing the victim and who couldn't get his head out of his behind for 2 minutes and actually see that Ira also suffered from their marriage breaking. Instead, Mans was feeling all the feels and crying all the tears while blaming Ira and hanging out with the person who actually caused the problem. I'd say maybe Ira's lesson was to not be that reactive, but her reaction to the video was justified. Her reaction to Kamyar disrespecting her at the dawat was also justified. Her choosing to leave him when he said "Aapki beti aapko mubarak ho," absolutely justified. Matlab, if nothing else, she could have made a scene at the wedding, but she chose to quietly walk away. She could have chosen to react at the dawat, but she walked away again. And even the third time, she only stayed because her father had said that the doors of his house will be closed for her forever if she leaves with him now. And Kamyar had said he wanted to leave her. So what choice did she have? And now we are finally at everybody's favorite, Mr. Toxic Man-Child himself, Kamyar. I'm sorry, I'm kidding. I respect the character arc, to be honest. Heck, I would have made a in defense of Kamyar video in the beginning of the drama, when Kamyar was getting so much hate and everybody was calling him a stalker. So let's start there. Kamyar was a spoilt, I will always get my way type of a person. He was neglected at home, so he sought refuge at parties and had one person at his hip since he was a child, Faria. He had no interest in romance, was most definitely a flirt, and thought of nobody but himself. And then he met Ira, and something just clicked. I know people like to joke that Kamyar fell in love with her because she slapped him, but like Kamyar himself says in the last episode, their relationship is like coffee, bitter, but it really opens your eyes. So basically, she woke him up. Now, as far as the people don't change for anyone parties are concerned, the only way someone can change for someone else is when they can identify that they have issues and they want to fix them. If they want to be better, they can be. अब उसकी motivation कोई भी हो, कोई दूसरा शख्स हो, वो शख्स खुद हो. But I think it's most definitely a possibility. We are human beings, not trees who cannot change themselves if they put their mind to it. For all of Kamyar's claims of loving Ira, I believe that he still carried a selfish streak. And it's actually a good thing that they didn't have their happy ending before he went to therapy and built himself from the ground up. Otherwise, any minor inconvenience could have caused him to flip out. My biggest issue with Kamyar will always be that he was more understanding towards Faria than towards the supposed love of his life. Kamyar had a lot of self-hatred to get through, a lot of abandonment issues he felt due to being neglected by his parents. He had a drinking problem, a partying problem. He was flaky and did not want to take responsibility, and yet audiences felt for him. Was it because it was Bilal Abbas, or was it Radha Shah's amazing writing? I guess no one will ever know. Basically, Meri Zindagi Hai Tu was a drama that started off super promising. We thought we were going to get an enemy to lovers sort of a deal. Bad boy turns good for a girl, moves earth and mountains for her, and is just a softie towards her. We were waiting for pooky behavior. Instead, we got kooky behavior, because there is no way anyone with a sane mind would behave the way people in this drama behave. Honestly, at times it felt like the writer was suffering from some sort of a short-term memory loss disorder, or that he got selective amnesia. I think somebody needs to check on Radha Shah. Maybe he had like an accident or something while writing this drama, or maybe maybe like multiple accidents. I don't know. But he established all of these characters in the beginning, and by the end of the drama, none of them were what they used to be. And I don't mean that in a good way. It feels like this drama was trying to be one thing. Halfway through, they decided, oh no, we want to be something else. And then by the end, there was this third thing. As a result, they were just none of these things at all, and just weirdly disjointed, and a complete absence of any kind of flow, rhyme, or rhythm. I was actually worried about the ending and how they could possibly save it. That was the surprising part. They somehow managed to save it without making it seem like some sort of a miracle or making it seem unbelievable. They showed him getting therapy, they showed him connecting with God, they showed him finding himself. And truth be told, as soon as I saw him getting therapy, I was like, okay, fine. This is okay. I will not hate on this drama anymore. He has resolved his issues clearly. He definitely deserves that happy ending now. But the end told me that they do know how to write, that they can make sense of things if they actually try. Which is worse, because what do you mean they don't want to?